I was living in a village called Estragannas,
Okay.
and the street was Trieste, and I had 2 brothers and mother and father. Because we had ration books, we were only allowed so much meat a week, and it was mostly because my mother would buy a piece of beef and then not use all of it. She'd make it a stew the following day, with dinner one day, a stew the following day. But we also ate a lot of fish, especially seafood like mussel and cockles, because we didn't live far in Swansea. And also offal, pig's head they used to boil and make brawn out of it. And there was faggots that they'd make out of the pig's liver and the lights and heart. They'd mince it and put bread and apple and things with it. And then chitlins, which was the pipes in the pig. They'd clean them and they'd cut them up and they'd fry them in oatmeal. There was a lot of stews and casseroles. We didn't have pasta. Yeah. I think in the 50s the pasta, spaghetti in a tin can, you could have that, and beans.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like there is today.
No.
The variety. The pig's head they'd boil and they'd make brawn out of it. They'd take all the meat off it and they'd put it in a basin and put some a weight on it to flatten it down. Yeah. And then the following day they'd pull it out upside down and it'd be all like jelly. You can see brawn in the butcher shop now. It's like a corned beef, a square with a lot of jelly in between.
Yeah.
Oh, a pie, I think, a beef pie.
Beef pie?
Mm.
Nice.
Because when I was 8, you couldn't go into a shop and buy a tin of plums or a tin of apple, peaches or anything. They weren't there. Mm. So people would say, oh, so-and-so shop, I've had 10 plums in today. So it was my birthday, 8-year-old, and I went up to my mother and I said, can I have money quick? There's 10 plums come in the shop in the village. No, you won't have them, she said, they won't give them to you. Mm. But she gave me the money, I went down, and they wouldn't give them to me.
Oh, really?
No. Oh, 12-year-old.
12 years old.
I know.
What was it like when you first tried it? Was it really...
my pocket money I used to spend on bananas after. Nothing else, only bananas. Saturday night the greengrocer would come round. Yeah. And I'd buy all my pocket money went on bananas. My father worked all through, he was in the Home Guards and he worked in the colliery, so he brought good money home, you know, and my mother was always going to Swansea. She'd push me in a queue in wherever shop we went in that hadn't been bombed and give me money and say, no, you're not belonging to me, just have what, we didn't know what we were queuing for. Yeah. We'd just go and that plus it'd be biscuits or, well, anything. I don't remember the Americans walking through Worcester. They walked, I know they walked up the hill out to the village towards Sunny Bridge, where there's a big army camp there, and we were giving them apples and things. But it wasn't it was apples off our trees, not what you bought in the shop, because you wouldn't have apples. Yeah. Oh, Swansea burning. We lived on a hill so we could see Swansea, and it was bad, Swansea burning. But I knew the difference between the German bombers and our bombers, because there was a different sound to them, and all the children knew when it's supposed to be night time, but our house, if they didn't drop all the bombs in Swansea, they drop them up in our villages, and our houses used to shake. had parties in the streets, and everybody made cakes and things, parties in the streets. We started to go out on trips to the seaside, because when I was a young girl, little girl, when we went to the seaside or the Sunday school trips, there was barbed wire on some of the beaches we could go down.
Yeah.
Because not for boats, so in case the Germans come in, there was barbed wire there. We had a lot of cousins, and they went into I can't remember. It was a desert rats they were, and they were glad to get home.
Yeah.
You know, because their climate is a lot different to ours, and everybody was glad. Do I need my teeth in?
Yeah, leave your teeth in.